By understanding the metaphysical dimensions of biblical narratives, we uncover a layer of meaning that resonates with the challenges and quests of our own lives. Sarah E. Goodwin. Imagine peering beyond the surface of some of the most ancient and profound stories ever told, finding hidden gems of wisdom that speak directly to our souls. That's the journey we're starting on today, as we dive into the metaphysical interpretations of biblical narratives. Metaphysics, a branch of philosophy that explores the fundamental nature of reality, offers us a unique lens to view the Bible, transforming familiar tales into a deep well of spiritual insights. In this video, we won't just recount these age-old stories. We aim to unlock their deeper meanings, those that resonate with the challenges and quests of our own lives. By interpreting these sacred texts metaphysically, we'll uncover layers of wisdom that can guide us toward understanding, peace, and enlightenment. Join us as we explore how these ancient narratives can still profoundly impact our spiritual journey today, offering us new ways to see the world and ourselves. When we look at the Bible through the lens of metaphysics, we're not just reading, we're engaging with a deeper dimension of understanding. Metaphysical meanings explore beyond the literal words on the page to uncover the spiritual or symbolic truths that lie beneath. This approach asks us to consider not just what the biblical texts say, but what they signify on a broader universal scale. This perspective isn't new. In fact, it stretches back through centuries of theological study. Early church fathers and scholars often looked into metaphysical interpretations to connect divine wisdom with human experience. They recognized that while the scriptures include historical accounts, laws, and moral teachings, they also contain profound spiritual insights that are revealed through a more contemplative, symbolic analysis. By analyzing the Bible metaphysically, we access a layer of interpretation focused on the essence of spiritual truths, opening up a rich dialogue between the text and our inner spiritual journeys. This method allows us to see biblical stories not just as events of the past, but as ongoing, dynamic revelations that continue to inform and inspire our lives today. Exploring into the metaphysical interpretation of biblical texts involves a transformative exploration of symbolism and allegory. These techniques aren't just tools, they are gateways to discovering profound truths hidden within the scriptures. Symbolism allows us to see objects, characters, and events in the Bible, not just as historical elements, but as symbols representing larger, universal ideas. For instance, water isn't merely water. It can symbolize purification, life, or chaos, depending on the context. Similarly, allegory invites us to read stories as more than narrative events, but as veiled insights into spiritual lessons and human nature. Through allegory, the journey of a biblical character becomes every person's journey, reflecting deeper spiritual battles and triumphs. By employing these methods, we gain the ability to see beneath the surface of the text, connecting ancient wisdom to the core of our personal and collective spiritual experience. This deeper understanding helps us to perceive not just the story told, but also the enduring lessons and truths that these stories teach us about our lives and our world. This approach enriches our spiritual lives, providing not just knowledge, but wisdom that is timeless. The creation story in Genesis, when viewed through a metaphysical lens, transforms into a rich tapestry of symbols that speak to the dawn of existence and the essence of our own spiritual beginnings. Let's consider the key elements of this narrative: light, water, and the act of creation itself. Light, the first of God's creations, transcends its physical aspect in this context. It symbolizes enlightenment, the divine spark within each of us, and the illumination of mind and spirit. It represents the awakening of consciousness and the beginning of perception in the universe. Water, which covers the earth before life begins, holds deep metaphysical significance as well. In many spiritual traditions, water is seen as the source of life, a cleansing force, and a symbol of the subconscious. In the creation narrative, water can be viewed as the primordial state of existence, fluid and ready to be formed by the divine will. The act of creation itself is a profound reflection of divine intention and manifestation. It teaches us about potentiality, the boundless possibilities that precede any act of creation in our own lives. The process by which God speaks the world into existence mirrors our own ability to shape our realities through intention and belief. Through these symbols, the creation story in Genesis invites us to explore fundamental aspects of our existence and the universe. It encourages us to reflect on the origins, not just of the physical world, but also of our inner worlds, urging us to recognize our role as co-creators in the ongoing narrative of the cosmos. As we explore biblical miracles through a metaphysical lens, each event unveils a tapestry of spiritual lessons and symbols. Take, for example, the parting of the Red Sea and the transformation of water into wine. These miracles are not just historical assertions, but profound demonstrations of spiritual truths. The parting of the Red Sea is a powerful metaphor for overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. It symbolizes liberation from bondage and the triumph of faith over fear. Metaphysically, this miracle invites us to reflect on the moments in our lives when we feel trapped by circumstances, urging us to trust in a higher power and our inner strength to open paths where none seem to exist. Turning water into wine at the wedding in Cana speaks to themes of transformation and abundance. Water, often seen as a symbol of potential and purity, becomes wine, which represents joy, celebration, and the fulfillment of potential. This miracle teaches us about the divine ability to transform the mundane into the extraordinary, encouraging us to see beyond the ordinary and to expect miracles in our daily lives. By interpreting these miracles metaphysically, we gain insights into the essence of divine intervention and human response. These stories encourage us to seek deeper meanings in our experiences and to recognize the miraculous in the everyday. In the books of the prophets, such as Isaiah and Ezekiel, metaphysical symbolism is not just a literary device, but a profound method of communication. These prophets use rich symbolic language to convey deep spiritual truths, guiding us through layers of meaning that resonate with our own spiritual quests. Isaiah, for example, uses the metaphor of light and darkness extensively. Light in his prophecies often symbolizes knowledge, purity, and divine revelation, while darkness represents ignorance and despair. Through these symbols, Isaiah communicates the hope of salvation and enlightenment that comes from turning toward spiritual truths. Ezekiel's visions, filled with complex imagery like the Valley of Dry Bones, serve as powerful metaphysical symbols of transformation and renewal. The dry bones represent the spiritual death and exile of the people, but through the breath of God, they are brought back to life, symbolizing hope and the restoration of spiritual vitality. These prophetic books invite us to look beyond the literal and historical into the realm of the spiritual and the symbolic. The prophets use metaphysical concepts to paint a picture of reality that transcends the physical, urging us to reflect on our own spiritual condition and the possibilities for renewal and change. Their messages encourage us to find deeper spiritual connections and meanings in our lives, reminding us of the teachings of Jesus and the apostles in the New Testament are rich with metaphysical themes that invite us to look into a deeper understanding of spiritual truths. Through parables and miracles, these teachings reveal layers of meaning that transcend the immediate context, offering timeless insights into the nature of divine reality and human existence. Consider the parables of Jesus, such as the parable of the sower. Here, the seeds sown on different types of soil represent the various ways in which people receive and nurture spiritual truth. The fertile soil symbolizes an open, receptive heart where spiritual insights flourish. This parable teaches us about the conditions necessary for spiritual growth, highlighting the importance of readiness and receptivity in our personal spiritual journeys. Similarly, the miracles of Jesus, like the feeding of the 5,000, carry profound metaphysical significance. Beyond the physical manifestation of multiplying loaves and fishes, this miracle symbolizes the abundance of divine providence and the limitless nature of spiritual nourishment. It encourages us to trust in spiritual abundance and to recognize that, with faith, our own resources, no matter how seemingly inadequate, can extend far beyond our expectations. Through these narratives, the New Testament encourages us to explore the deeper, spiritual dimensions of our lives. It teaches us that the physical world is interwoven with spiritual realities, and by understanding these metaphysical themes, we can uncover more profound truths about ourselves and the divine. Understanding metaphysical interpretations of biblical narratives can profoundly influence our personal spirituality and worldview. By peeling back the layers of literal meaning to explore the symbolic and deeper spiritual significance, we gain a more expansive understanding of life's complexities and challenges. This approach encourages us to view our personal experiences through a spiritual lens, seeing beyond the surface to the spiritual dynamics at play. For instance, a difficult situation might be interpreted as an opportunity for growth and transformation, much like the biblical metaphors of refining fire or the wilderness. These metaphysical symbols teach us about resilience, faith, and the redemptive power of enduring through trials. Applying these interpretations to modern life challenges offers practical and transformative insights. Whether we're navigating personal loss, confronting societal injustices, or seeking deeper meaning in everyday life, metaphysical perspectives provide a framework for understanding these experiences as part of a larger, divine narrative. This can shift our focus from feeling overwhelmed by our circumstances to recognizing opportunities for spiritual development and contribution to the greater good. In this way, metaphysical interpretations not only enrich our understanding of Scripture, but also empower us to live with greater purpose and intention, aligned with deeper spiritual truths. This perspective invites us to live authentically and compassionately, inspired by the enduring wisdom of ancient texts that speak to the heart of human experience. Going through the area of metaphysical interpretations of the Bible, it's important to address some common misconceptions and criticisms that arise. Often, these interpretations are viewed with skepticism because they diverge from more traditional, literal approaches to Scripture. Critics may argue that metaphysical interpretations stray too far from the text's original meaning, potentially leading to subjective or overly personalized understandings of the Scriptures. It's crucial to clarify that metaphysical spirituality does not seek to replace orthodox theology, but rather to complement it by exploring the deeper, often symbolic meanings that are embedded within the texts. While orthodox theology focuses on the doctrinal, historical, and literal aspects of Scripture, metaphysical spirituality dives into the underlying spiritual lessons and existential questions that these sacred texts provoke. This approach allows individuals to connect with the Bible in a way that resonates with their personal spiritual journey, uncovering insights that relate to their life experiences and challenges. By doing so, metaphysical interpretations can offer a more inclusive and expansive understanding of Scripture, making it accessible and relevant to a diverse modern audience. Far from undermining the sacredness of the Bible, these interpretations aim to reveal its enduring wisdom in ways that inspire and uplift, encouraging a deeper engagement with its teachings. As we conclude our exploration into the metaphysical meanings of biblical narratives, we've uncovered a rich layer of spiritual insight that extends beyond the literal text. Through symbolism, allegory, and profound interpretations, these ancient stories reveal timeless truths about our spiritual journey, personal growth, and the universal human experience. We've seen how these metaphysical interpretations can transform our understanding of well-known biblical events, from the creation of the world to the miracles of Jesus, providing us with a deeper appreciation of the divine interplay in our everyday lives. These insights invite us to reflect on our own spiritual path and encourage us to seek deeper meanings in our personal experiences. If you're inspired to look further into this fascinating subject, I encourage you to explore additional resources and readings that can expand your understanding of metaphysical interpretations. Engaging with various perspectives will enrich your spiritual journey and offer new ways to interpret the sacred texts that have guided humanity for centuries. If you found this video enlightening and wish to continue exploring profound spiritual insights, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more enriching content that can illuminate your path to spiritual discovery. Thank you for watching, and keep seeking the deeper meanings that move us all.